In today's video, 4 legendary McLarens go head to head around the streets of Monaco to see just how well they stack up against each other. Let's get into it.
Y'all know the name.
What's going on, guys? My name's Martinio and welcome back to Formula 1 2017. So today, what I'm going to be doing, as I said, is taking 4 legendary McLarens around the streets of Monaco to see how they stack up against each other. Now, there's probably not going to be many surprises from this video, if I'm being totally honest. I think we all know which one's going to win, which one's going to come second, third and fourth. But given that I'm a massive McLaren fan, this is a video I did want to do, and I will also be doing videos like this with the legendary Ferraris and also the classic Williams that we have as well. So, for this test, I took each car around the streets of Monaco for 10 laps. The best lap is the one that counts, of course. The only change I've made to the setup is moving it from the centre position on the presets to position number 2 to give a bit of increased downforce, but barring that, nothing else has changed. So, let's just take a quick look at the cars we're going to be using. Firstly, we have the McLaren MP4 from 1998. This, of course, won Ayrton Senna his first World Championship. Then we've got the Senna Championship-winning 1991 McLaren MP46. Then we've got Mick Häkkinen's 1998 McLaren MP413. This, of course, again won him his first championship. And we've got the 2008 McLaren MP423, which won Lewis Hamilton his first championship. So, they're the cars. What we're going to do now is I'm going to put all of these laps, their best laps, on the screen, and we'll see how they stack up against each other. Let's go. So there you have it, guys, and as I said, no real surprises from that little test there, because as you can see, the MP423 came in with a 116.792, the MP413 came in second with a 120.696, the MP46 came in with a 122.515, and the MP44 trailed home with a 123.933. So, like I said, no real surprises. We pretty much anticipated that this was going to be the result. However, the thing that caught my eye was Sector 1 for the MP413 and the MP46. Only 1.5 tenths of a second separating those two there. And then it's in the second sector, as you can see, this is pretty much where the big gap came. So from one generation to the other, the gap just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But again, not so much a big surprise, but the thing that caught my eye, again, MP413, MP46, 7 years separating them, but in terms of track time through the final sector, only 5 tenths of a second. So that was pretty interesting to see. What we're going to do now, however, is we're going to see what the brand new 2017 MCL32 can do and see where this stacks up. Because as you can see, with each generation they get faster and faster and the gap gets bigger and bigger. Does it continue with these new cars, which are supposedly the fastest Formula 1 cars ever? I have no doubt that the MCL32 is going to beat it, but how much is it going to beat the MP423 by? Let's take a look. So here we go then, guys, starting our lap of Monaco, and the testing parameters for this one stay exactly the same as it did for the other 4. 10 laps maximum I did, and also I've only made one slight change to the setup, moving it from preset 3 to preset 2 for a bit of added downforce. Over the course of the 10 laps, one of the things that struck me was how similar this was to the slow speed corners to the MP44. I can only put that down to the fact that both of them have absolutely massive tyres, they really do. The MP44 obviously a little bit more difficult because it didn't have the advantages of power steering as this one does, but after that little thing, the similarities really do end. This thing really does stick to the road immensely, it really does, especially through the medium and the high speed corners around this circuit. It really does come into its own, as you would imagine from the new regulation changes, which have added more aerodynamic grip to these cars than ever before. The other thing that came to me was this car, more than the other ones, you really do have to attack the circuit. I know Monaco is a circuit that you have to attack in order to get a good lap time, but it just felt more so with this one than the other ones. With the other cars, sometimes easing off in certain sections, discretion being the better part of valour, could get you a better lap time. With this, you really do have to be full on attacking. As we come down the main straight, and the time we get is a 1:14.423, so not too bad. Probably could have done better. Looking at how it stacks up against the other cars though, the thing that immediately stuck out for me was Sector 1 between this and the MP423. Only, what, just over 0.2 of a second there, roughly. So, again, like it was with the MP413 and the MP46, Sector 1 seems to be a bit of an equaliser between these cars, which is interesting to see. The other thing that struck me with regards to the lap times as a whole, for all of the cars, so we start off with the MP44 coming in with a 1:23.993. Next up, the MP46, near enough 1.5 seconds faster. MP413 a further 2 seconds faster. MP423 a further 4 seconds faster, near as makes no difference. The MCL32 only around about 2.3 seconds faster. Now, there's a lot of things, a lot of parameters that come in. Don't take it all as gospel, take it with a pinch of salt. One of the big things is, of course, me as a driver. Somebody could probably get better time out of the MCL and all the other ones as well. I've seen some amazing times that I'm probably never going to get near on the leaderboards for these cars, but one of the other things you may want to take into account with these cars is where they stood in their development cycle. So let's, for instance, say the MP423. That was at the very end of those particular set of aerodynamic regulations. It all changed massively for 2009 with things like, and not taking into account curves, but just the aerodynamics. They changed massively compared between the two seasons. With the MCL32, the newest one, very beginning of the regulations, so if you were to say put a 2009 or a 2010 Red Bull up against a 2013 Red Bull, the 13 would obviously be faster. They've got the same engines, they've both got V8s, but the further along teams go within a set of aerodynamic regulations, or any regulations for that matter, the more they're going to learn, the more they're going to find wiggle room within those regulations to push the envelope of performance further and further and further. So that's another thing to maybe take into account between these cars for this test. As I said, this isn't a serious test. This is just somebody who is a massive McLaren fan driving some awesome cars. Well, 4 awesome cars and 1 complete donkey at the top, even though it is the fastest donkey in this particular test. But yeah, it was really enjoyable. My favourite car to drive was the MP46. I really enjoyed driving that. I think it's got a V12, has it? I think they went from the V6 in 89 and 90 to a V10 in 89 and 90, and then they had a V12 in 91. So I think it is. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please leave a comment down below. But that was really enjoyable. A little bit more manoeuvrable than the MP4 through the slow speed corners, but very, very quick off the line. Obviously, being a naturally aspirated engine, you don't have to wait for the turbos to spool up as you do with the MP44. And the noise was just absolutely immense through the tunnel, as you would imagine, from a howling V12, if I'm correct about the engine, that is. But there we go, guys. That's just my little test. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please, please, please leave a like. It's always very, very appreciated. Subscribe for more content like this if you have enjoyed the video, and leave a comment down below. What's your favourite McLaren from this particular game? MP44, MP413, maybe it's the 2008 MP423. I'm going to stop saying MP4 and then another set of numbers because I've said it way too much throughout the course of this video. But there we go, guys. That's the end of the video. Thank you again for watching. Take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.